See, this is my very last meeting.
Are you coming? Also, come.
Can we start the meeting? Dear Toastmasters and guests, a very warm good evening to one and all. I am Toastmaster Deepak Joseph. Today shall be the surgeon terms for this meeting. The mission of the Toastmasters is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. As protocol of Toastmasters International, you are requested to keep away 3 taboo topics: sex, religion, and politics during the meeting. Further, I request every one of you to switch off the mobile phone or put it in silent mode during the meeting to avoid distraction. You are requested to be seated comfortably until you are called. With this note, I now call up our acting president, Toastmaster Dinesh, to the dais for opening address.
A very warm good evening to all fellow Toastmasters. Good evening. There is no Madam Toastmasters and no guest, I suppose. One guest. Welcome to the guest house. As we are on the ending spell of the summer, scorching summer, okay, there is the temperatures are getting cooler and cooler. Okay, hopefully our strength will rise more and more, and we will come to the full quorum by next meeting. Next meeting will be probably it is on 14 days after, so sadly the temperature will be much down, and most of the people will be back after the long vacations. So it will be mid of the holidays. So this is the last meeting where I am the acting president, I suppose. No, that's why we preponed this. This is preponed. So that is about the summer, and glad news that today we are 50% more than what we were last week. So yeah, that is why we preponed this. This meeting was supposed to happen next week. We preponed. So we are going to gain 1 week. We lost 2 weeks in the last month, and that 1 week we will gain, and we will think about once full quorum is there, we can have one more meeting like this and compensate that. Now today is a heavily booked role players, and I think everybody is set. So I'm sure that this meeting is going to rock. Especially we have an eminent speaker whose first role as the Toastmaster of the evening. Please welcome Toastmaster Rajesh Kaur.
Thank you for that warm introduction, Toastmaster Dinesh. My name is Rajesh Kaur, and I will be the Toastmaster of the evening. My role is to preside over the meeting of the execution session of this meeting. Welcome to the all members and guests for meeting number 135. I request all the members to pay active participation and give maximum applause to each speaker and role player of the meeting. Today's theme of the meeting is never give up. So are we ready?
Yes.
I didn't hear that.
Yes.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Can I say here a bit louder? Are we ready?
Yes.
Cheers. Life has 2 rules. Rule number 1, never give up. And rule number 2, do not forget rule number 1, that is never give up. Here is a learning from a small video I would like to share with you all. It's a 3 minutes little video to make you realize the importance of our theme today. May I request to play video number 1. Light full. So, I thought I will entertain you by some videos. The video itself says everything. Why we should not never give up. Then it fails before 250 meters of the race. And this guy was the Olympic champion. He was sure to get the award. But he had a hamstring. Just 150 meters of the race, he had a hamstring, and he was not able to get that bit. And he fell down on the ground. But because his attitude was like, he was never willing to give up, and he was determined to move on. So he pass on the security and he just, he's just trying to run, but he's not still. He broke through the security and suddenly a man came on their side, breaking the security again. And to his surprise, he heard this is something, the voice I know. And to his surprise, it was his father who came to his rescue. So his father told him, see, you don't have to do this, my son. And Derek replied, no, I have to do this. And then his father said, well, that is like this, we'll finish it together. So his father assisted him till the finishing line of the race. And they continued till the finishing line came. But at the finishing line, he let go of his son, passed to the finishing line. And suddenly, the people standing over here, all the crowd of 65,000 people, they got up and they gave him a standing ovation. Even though he didn't win the race, but he didn't fail. Because it was his attitude that made him to win. And this is what the theme indicates. This is what the theme says. If you never give up, you will never fail. So to move on, do we have any guests for today's meeting? I would request you to come on the dais and introduce yourself to the club. You can give a brief introduction.
I am Vishnu. I am from India. I came here on June 1st. This is my first experience. I got this Toastmasters reference through my friend and just googled through the web and all. So I found this good. And I am having a good experience here right now. A lot of positive energy and a nice topic also to start with. I am working as a telecom engineer in Mussafah.
So to move on further, I would like to introduce now role players of the day. Our timer for the day is Toastmaster Puran Rai. Toastmaster Puran Rai belongs from Nepal basically and is working as head of operation in Cyprus LLC, a security company from Singapore. And he has been in UAE since 2010 and joined Toastmaster Club from March 2016 and is a very active member of our Toastmaster Club. May I call upon Toastmaster Puran Rai to describe his role.
Good evening, Toastmasters.
Good evening.
Toastmasters today. My role as a timer is to monitor the time during best speeches, team topics and evaluation. At the end of the meeting, I'll report the time of each participant. This will let you know if you have delivered your presentation within the allotted time frame. I need to explain.
May I request our counter, I think it was Toastmaster Julian Thomas, but he has not been able to. So Toastmaster Dinesh Kumar, I request Toastmaster Dinesh Kumar to come and describe his role.
Today, my short role is for our counter. I will be carefully examining each unnecessary pronunciations, punctuations, as well as repeated words which speakers use throughout the meeting. And finally, I will give a report of the usage of such words and sounds. Thank you, Toastmaster Dinesh, for making us understand your role. I would like to now request to call upon Wordmaster and Grammarian of the day. So, Toastmaster Deepak.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Welcome to the day. The word of the day is tenacity. With reference to today's topic, never give up, I took this word tenacity. It means persistent determination or a never give up attitude. For example, you have to admire the tenacity of these two guys. Or another sentence like, you have to admire the tenacity of Mr. Derek to finish the race in the video. Another usage of this word, meaning of this word is the quality of retaining something, the tenacity of memory. That means the ability to retain something in memory for a very long time. This is the word of the day. I request everyone to try your best to use this word in your speech during this meeting. And as grammarian, I will be observing all the usage of English grammar in your speeches, and I will be giving a report in the end of the meeting on how the grammar usage was during the speeches, and that's all.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepak, for giving such a wonderful word. So now my tenacity will be never give up. Our next role is Quizmaster. So one of the important roles I would request Toastmaster Harsha Somaya, who is a very active member of our group. I would request him to come on dais and speak about his work. Welcome.
Toastmasters, good evening. Fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests, a warm good evening to all.
Good evening.
As a role of a quizmaster, I am listening more than the encounter, carefully whatever speech, and I will ask some questions at the end of it. If you answer correctly, Toastmaster of the evening, he will give the rewards.
Thank you. Toastmaster Harsha Somaya has given me a responsibility to give the rewards, but I am not carrying any. So you need to give me first to distribute. Thank you, Anil, Toastmaster Harsha Somaya. Our next role player is Thought of the Evening with Toastmaster Jamal Sidana. Jamal Sidana is again a very active member of our group. So I would like to request him to come on the dais and introduce himself.
Toastmasters of the day, fellow members, and my dear guests. Good evening to all of you.
Good evening.
The thought of the evening which I'm going to share today is something that I encounter on a daily basis in my work, either with my colleague or with my friends, is when we walk the talk. What's the meaning of walk the talk? It means whatever we say, we should act accordingly. Our actions should be compatible with what we say. And that's unfortunately, I can't say most of the people or some of the people are lacking this skill. Being a leader, one of the important skills is that your actions should be okay with what you say. I'll just show you a few examples. For example, if you preach people and say, drive safely, use seat belt, and you don't do that yourself, that has no meaning. If we tell our kids about the importance of reading and importance of books. And at the same time, we are watching movies for 3 hours. That's also not correct. And so on. So the main message here is our action should be compatible with what we say. That's one of the important message we need always to keep as a leader, and one of the feature of a successful leader. That's all about the sort of Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jamal Sidana, for such a wonderful thought of the evening. Now I would like to call upon our General Evaluator, Toastmaster Rajesh Palekere. Before I call him, I will just introduce him. Toastmaster Rajesh Palekere is working with NPCC as Project Quality Manager. His hobbies are traveling and watching movies. I would request to come on stage and tell us about your
As a general evaluator, I will be evaluating the whole process. That is from the beginning of the meeting till the end. I will watching all the role players' roles and including Toastmasters. And for the guest meeting, I will be evaluating our counter and timer and speech evaluator, table topic master, except for the speakers, because speakers are already evaluated by the speech evaluators. And all other role players I am going to evaluate. And finally, I give my okay.
Thank you.
And I find it this thing again that there is no humor from the floor. So I feel that.
So you can start now.
Because yesterday the school opened, isn't it?
Yeah.
So generally in school after the vacation, all kids they give to the teacher. So in one school, one of the guys is supermarket, his father is supermarket owning supermarket, and he got some chocolates for the teacher. Another guy from the forest, and he got flour. And so many other, like that, one wine merchant's boy, he got a big box. And he gave to the teacher. And it was leaking. And the teacher tasted it and said, "Is it white?" Then the boy said, "No." And again teacher licked it. "Is it champagne?" "No." Then it is coffee.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajesh Palekere, for such a nice humor, focus out of the serious session to humor. Thank you for so much. So, I would like to call upon our treasurer. Normally we don't remember him. We always remember him for, paying our fees. But now today he is here for us to remind something. I would like to call upon Toastmaster Mallikarjun.
Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. A warm good evening to you all. Just thought of encouraging you all members that to kindly pay the dues which will be there for the session from 1st October onwards. I would also like to remind you that there is something called as Medley Award. For the information of all the newcomers, I would like to inform you that for the clubs, the club would get the Medley Award ribbon for any 5 members which are reinstated or new joinees or dual membership. So I would really encourage you all to support and let us get this Medley Award. This is, you have to understand that from up to 10th of September. So till the 10th of September we have the time to reinstate or the new members or dual membership for any 5 members. And also for all the members who I would like to encourage to pay the dues within the coming meetings. Thank you.
So how many do you have so far?
We, as of now, for this Medley Award, we don't have any. We have to find for all the 5.
So here we go. But before we begin for a serious session, again I would like to request Toastmaster Deepak to show our second video.
See, this is my very last commencement address as First Lady of the United States. You should never view your challenges as a disadvantage. Instead, it's important for you to understand that your experience facing and overcoming adversity is actually one of your biggest advantages. And I know that because I've seen it myself. Not just as a student working my way through school, but years later before I came to the White House and I worked as a dean at a college. In that role, I encountered students who had every advantage. Their parents paid their full tuition, they lived in beautiful campus dorms, they had every material possession a college kid could want, cars, computers, spending money. But when some of them got their first bad grade, they just fell apart. They lost it. Because they were ill-equipped to handle their first encounter with disappointment or falling short. Life will put many obstacles in your path that are far worse than a bad grade. You'll have unreasonable bosses and difficult clients and patients. You'll experience illnesses and losses, crises and setbacks that will come out of nowhere and knock you off your feet. But unlike so many other young people, you have already developed the resilience and the maturity that you need to pick yourself up and dust yourself off and keep moving through the pain. Keep moving forward. You have developed that muscle. And please always do your part to help others do the same.
You can see how much our thoughts match. You know, the First Lady of USA and Rajesh Gold, how much the thoughts match. So it's again, you know, my never give up attitude. Maybe I will also rise to one day.
First Lady of US.
So let us begin with our serious session, you know, the prepared speeches. But before that, I would like to request Mr. Toastmaster Puran Rai, our timer, to define the timing rules for the prepared speeches. May I request Toastmaster?
Good evening, Toastmasters again. Good evening. Time allotted for prepared speeches is 5 to 7 minutes plus or minus 30 seconds. At 5 minutes, I will put on the green light. At 6 minutes, I will put on the amber light. And at 7 minutes, I'll put on the red light. You may continue, but past the 30-second deadline, then it is perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Puran Rai, for giving us the time rules. When you become a member of Toastmaster, who will receive a manual called Communication Manual, and completing the Communication Manual, you have the opportunity to continue with the advanced manuals. So may I request our first speaker, Toastmaster Mallikarjun, to give prepared speech number 4. The topic of the prepared speech number 4 from Mr. Toastmaster Mallikarjun is Winners Don't Quit and Quitters Don't Win. To introduce Toastmaster Mallikarjun, he is working with Johnson Control as lead sales engineer. And he shall be evaluated by Toastmaster John Thomas. So may I request Toastmaster John Thomas to objections of the
Toastmaster Mallikarjun is going to deliver his topic number 4, how to say it. The speech title is Winners Don't Quit and Quitters Don't Win. As per the Toastmasters manual, the CC manual, the objectives of the topic number 4 are: select the right words and sentence structure to communicate your ideas clearly, accurately, and vividly. Use rhetorical devices to enhance and emphasize ideas. Eliminate jargon and unnecessary words. Use correct grammar. Time allotted for the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best, Toastmaster Mallikarjun.
So Toastmaster Mallikarjun is working with Johnson Controls as lead sales engineer, and he will be delivering his project number 4. Welcome Toastmaster Mallikarjun.
Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. A warm good evening to you all once again.
Good evening.
I am going to tell you today a story about a person called Carol. It is a real life story. In the year 1938, Carol was the best pistol shooter of Hungary. In the year 1938, he had in fact won almost all the championships of the pistol shooting. Everybody was sure that this guy is going to get us a gold medal in the 1940 Olympics. In fact, Carol had trained himself to such a perfection that he was almost there. But then, in the year 1938, there was a national army training camp. Since he was serving in the army, he had to attend that training camp. Now, his aim, the aim of Carol was to make his hand the best shooting hand of the world. And during one such day of training, he happened to meet a disaster. A hand grenade just exploded in his hand. Boom! All the dreams have been lost. He has totally disappointed. He lost the hand for which it was supposed to be the best hand of the world. Now he had absolutely nothing left, just was in total dismay. But then there were only two options left for him. Either to keep on crying on what has happened, what he has lost, or forget everything of the past, what has happened, and just make a new determination to achieve his goal. To achieve his goal of making his only hand the best hand of the world. And Carol decides to choose the second option. He forgot everything that has happened and he started training with his left hand. After almost a year of training, this is the year 1939, there were again the national championships held in Hungary. And he went. All the fellow shooters were very happy to see him. They said, look, this is the sportsmanship. What a guy. After such an incident, he has come here to support us, to encourage us. Carol tells them, my dear friends, I am here not to encourage you or to support you, but to compete with you. And guess what? In that championship, Carol won. He became the national champion of Hungary again with his left hand. He again focused all his attention to become the world champion in 1940. Started practicing again. But then fate was not so kind. The 1940 Olympics got cancelled. He was again disappointed. But anyway, as he was always doing, he left all the things behind. Again focused to win the championship of 1944 Olympics. Started focusing again. Started practicing with much vigor. Again the fate was very harsh to him. The 1944 Olympics were also cancelled due to the World War II. Can you imagine getting cancelled twice? again he started losing his hand. In spite of all this, he concentrated again. He decided, come 1948, I will be the world champion in the pistol shooting. He focused all his energies again for the 1948 Olympics. His age in 1948 was 38 years, whereas in 1938 it was 28 years. It becomes extremely difficult for an old age athlete to compete with the younger ones. But then, impossible and difficult, these words were not there in the list of category. And he went for the competition. Here he was competing with the best shooters of the world and with his only hand. And guess what? He became the world champion. He won the gold medal of 1948. Again participated in 1952. Competed with the best hands of the world with his only hand. And yes, he changed the entire history of the world for becoming the first ever athlete to win gold medals back to back. So my dear friends, if you go to a loser, there will be 1,000 reasons of complaining why I couldn't do this, I didn't do that, I didn't succeed because of X, Y, Z reasons. But then if you go to a winner, there will be thousands of reasons which will make him not to do what he wants to do. But there will be only one reason which will make him do what he wants to do, and he will do it. Over to you.
Thank you for such a wonderful and inspirational speech by our Toastmaster Mallikarjun. It's a real inspirational story and speech, and it is, aligned to our theme of the meeting today, never give up. So we are all on the same page. So cheers once again.
So he's also racing for the first person in the rating list.
So our next second prepared speech would be delivered by Toastmaster Zulfikar Ali. And before I request Toastmaster Zulfikar Ali to deliver his second speech, fourth speech, I would request the evaluator to rise and explain the objectives of the speech. So I think Toastmaster Arun Kumar. I think Toastmaster Arun Kumar is also Toastmaster Dinesh can give the evaluation objectives for.
Good evening. Good evening. The objective of project speech number 4 is select the right words and sentence structure to communicate your ideas clearly, accurately and vividly. Use rhetorical devices to enhance and emphasize ideas. Eliminate jargon and unnecessary words. Use correct grammar. Time 5 to 7 minutes.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dinesh. Toastmaster Zulfikar Ali is working with Algini Group and he is an active member of our Toastmaster Club. So I would request him to come on the dais and deliver his project number 4.
Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. A warm good evening to all. Have you read the story of calorie attacks? Calorie was born in Budapest and later joined the Hungary army. He was very much good in shooting, but
Karoli Takas was born in Budapest and joined the Hungarian army. He was very much good in pistol shooting, and he said only one thing in his life that was, "This is my right hand and I will make this hand the best shooting hand in the world." By 1936, he was a world-class pistol shooter. In 1938, during army training, his right hand was badly injured when a faulty grenade exploded. Now just tell me one thing. Through his whole life, he had only one aim, one goal, to make his right hand the best shooting hand in the world. But what happens? Right hand won. In such condition, any normal person in this world would have thought that, why God, why you did this to me? Now he would have blamed God for this. But Karoli was different from others. He went to some secret place and he was determined to and practice in secret place. He thought, I don't have right hand now, so what I have my left hand with me now. I will make this hand the best shooting hand in the world. Karoli was determined to continue his shooting career and switch to shooting with his left hand, and he worked hard consistently, and after 2 years he was ready with his left hand. In 1939, he went to Hungarian National Pistol Shooting Championship, and when he went there, his competitors were saying that, see, he has such a good sportsman spirit that he came here to motivate us. Karoli replied, I didn't came here to motivate you. I came here to compete with you. And they all started laughing. When the competition was finished, he surprised his country when he won the Hungarian National Pistol Shooting Championship. He did not stop here. He wanted his hand to be world's best shooting hand. Karoli had expectations of success at the 1940 Summer Olympics scheduled to be held in Tokyo. The Olympics did not happen because of some X reason. But he was waiting for the next Olympics, which was to be planned for 1944. But the 1944 Olympics was also done because of the Second World War. But he never gave up his ambition. He was working hard for the next Olympics, which was scheduled for 1948. He surpassed the whole world by winning the gold medal at the 1948 Summer Olympics in London. He did not stop there. He won a second gold medal at the same event at the 1952 Summer Olympics in Helsinki. So, what Karoli did to become successful, he did not focus on what was gone. He was only focused on what was left. So, instead of wishing every day that if I would have that, I could have done this. If you start focusing on what you have and work for it, then your life will become easy, and slowly your mind will think in that direction. And you will start seeing opportunities everywhere. Thank you all.
Thank you, Toastmasters Sulfar, for being on the same page with us again. It's matching with our theme of the meeting, and this shows the tenacity of the thoughts. And this proves that again I am moving towards this lady, first lady. I will not be lady, but it will be first something. So now I will request our third speech for the day, and it is project number 8 by our Toastmaster Asif Pirzada. Before that, I would like the speech evaluator to rise and explain the objectives for the speech. And speech evaluator is for this speech is Toastmaster P. Anthony. May I request Toastmaster P. Anthony.
Good evening, fellow members, especially Toastmaster Pirzada. His delivery is 8 project, and his project objective is select visual aids that are appropriate for your message and the audience. Use visual aids correctly and contribute the confidence. The time allowed is 5 to 7 minutes. And his speech title is Difference in Smiles. All the best.
Toastmaster Asif Pirzada is an active member of our group and has been past is the present area director. May I request Toastmaster Asif Pirzada to come on the dais and deliver.
That's one of the very first.
Thank you.
Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, good evening.
Good evening.
I do believe you all know all these celebrities. But can I ask, what is common in all these pictures?
All are ladies.
Yes, all are ladies and one child. That's my childhood picture. Maybe. The only common thing in that is smile. These ladies are quintessence of smile. Who doesn't like to smile? Everybody defines smile in different ways. They define the smile in the prospect in which they look into that. But I like the definition of Andrew. Smile, the symbol that is rated with the highest positive emotional content. That is the best definition that I like. If we go the science of smiling. If I give you an example, if you might have seen your first crush after a long time, your very first, what will happen? You will feel smile, you will be happy. At that point of time, your neural signals travel from your brain, the cortex of the brain, and they travel to the brainstem. And from there, the cranial muscles, they carry the signals, and then it reaches to the smiling muscles of your face. And then your smiling muscles, they contract. And at that point of time, we feel happiness. We do smile. It's kind of a loop. Like the brain tells us to smile, and then we smile, and it gives feedback to our brain. Yes, we are happy and we are smiling. We can define smiling in physiological method as well. I don't know whether we have any doctor over here or not, but I can define over here, if you can see. In smiling, we have two major main muscles. One is zygomatic major and minor. Zygomatic muscle and orbiculus occuli muscles. These two muscles are very important in our smile. And how they are important, that I will define later on as we go along. But you just consider these two muscles, zygomatic and orbiculus muscles. These two pictures. What is difference in these two pictures? Okay, I'll make it simple. How many of you believe that picture A is a fake smile? Please raise hands. And how many of you believe that picture B is a fake smile? Please raise your hands. I have seen people raising hands on both pictures right here. But I can prove that fake smile is picture A, and in picture B there is a genuine smile. How it can be? If you see, if only zygomatic major muscles are activated, that is fake smile. And if zygomatic and orbiculus muscles both are activated simultaneously, that is the original smile. If we go back to the back slides, one more slide back. This, if this muscle, only this muscle is activated, But if zygomatic muscles and orbiculus muscles which are under your eyes, if both muscles activated simultaneously, that is called genuine smile. So these two are the major concerns, by the way, to define. And there are other 4 factors also which can differentiate between fake smile and genuine smile. Duration. If the smile is longer, it is considered to be fake. Genuine smile is for a short span of time. And if eyes and mouth together they move, then it is a genuine smile. And fake smile is always voluntary. Genuine smile doesn't need any intention. It comes automatically. And it involves your both portions, lower portion and upper portion. And if only lower part is activated, then it's fake smile. Another thing is that the last factor which I can define, fake smile is normally one-sided. If you see, some people like smile right side, so that is fake smile. There are other varieties of smile. One Indian scientist is there, lady. She has defined 84 types of smiles. I cannot put it on all, but just giving you a difference between two smiles, fake and original. There are other smiles: miserable smiles, fair smile, dampened smile, flirtatious smile, chaplain smile. There are so many types of smiles. Some facts that we can know: babies, they smile more than our happy man. They smile almost 400 times a day, but a happy man, they smile only 40 times. British people, they smile very less. Powerful men, they smile always less, and less powerful men, they smile more. This is why I would request all: this smiling, it creates good impression in our life, and then it takes just seconds, but it lasts for the whole image of your life. Over to you.
Such a nice presentation from our Toastmasters, Mussafah, a very wonderful speech. And I hope now all of you and me including will use both the muscles and give a genuine smile. And whatever is in your heart, keep it inside. Just use your muscles. So it's up to you. You can use one muscle or two muscles. So a wonderful session, and so I can request now our timer to give the report for any disqualification for the prepared speech. So Toastmaster Puran Rai.
Good evening, Toastmasters.
Good evening.
Now, the time taken by Toastmaster Manakaran was 6 minutes 25 seconds. Means qualified. Time taken by Speaker Ali was